dialed in, and now we're hitting home run with it.
Amari, I think people would be surprised to learn that on top of earning the 2003 Rookie of the Year award, 6 NBA All-Star Game appearances, and an Olympic bronze medal, you also find time to cook for your family and friends. Why was it important to you to learn how to cook?
Well, I mean, it's just another avenue I can provide for the family. I mean, it's great for the children because they get a chance to interact with me inside the kitchen. It's great for the wife because she can sit back and relax and just enjoy watching reality TV shows. So I mean, it's kind of another area where I wanted to add to my personal swagger.
Cooking for your kids was something you did before you met Chef Max. So how did it evolve? How did it become better?
Right. So I was a griller. So I would, be the guy that cooks the meat on the grill. And I would have, a friend or a guest of mine cook all the sides, and then we just kind of collaborate and we have this massive feast. But now with meeting Chef, now I take my cooking element now inside the kitchen, well, maybe to make more of a gourmet style meal.
Chef Max, when Amari asked you to show him around the kitchen, did you ever worry that you'd be teaching your way out of a job?
Well, I mean, everyone always asks me that. I always chuckle about that a lot. I try not to show them too much. That way I can have a job every day. But no, I really wasn't worried about that. I just wanted to show him, some of the things that I've learned over the years and show him, what cooking is essentially about. And just wanted to show him the basics, and so he got that, learning knife skills and learning different vegetables and how to really understand food. So that was the biggest thing. I really wasn't worried about him becoming a day-to-day chef. He has a lot more on his plate than worrying about taking my job away.
Amari, this is a sports show, so we often ask our guests to pick a winner. So I'm going to ask you, what is Chef Max's best dish?
Chef Max's best dish? I mean, there's just so many. So it's hard to pick just one meal that he makes great, but I mean, my favorite dish that I only indulge on maybe once a month is the barbecue beef ribs. I mean, I gotta have those in my stomach every month or so.
Well, how about you, Chef Max? I'm going to ask you to turn it around. If Amari were to cook you a meal, what would you hope he put on the table?
Oh, man.
Wow. Knowing the things he loves to cook and knowing his skill set, I would say I would like a few grilled lamb chops.
Nice.
A little sauteed broccolini and garlic. And I'll end it with a little vanilla Haagen-Dazs, the rum brownie.
Amari, you sound like you might be up for this.
I'm totally down with that. That sounds great.
I'm holding to that.
Amari, I have one last question for you, which is on the same day that I heard about your cookbook, I also received one written by Hall of Fame pitcher Nolan Ryan. And I'm just wondering if there's some sort of trend starting of athletes writing their own cookbooks.
It's possible. It seems to me that I'm kind of the lead man for all these new trends. I mean, as far as athletes and fashion, now all the athletes want to become fashionable. Chef and I have a cookbook, but I think Nolan Ryan was probably way in advance because he's an older gentleman. He's an awesome Hall of Fame baseball player. But I do think that there's a new trend happening for sure.
Together, Amari Stoudemire and Chef Maxell Hardy have written Cooking with Amari, 100 Easy Recipes for Pros and Rookies in the Kitchen. Amari Stoudemire and Chef Max, thanks for joining me.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for your time.
If your mouth has been watering for Chef Maxell Hardy's braised barbecue ribs dish that Amari Stoudemire says he must have every month or so, please visit onlyagame.org. Only a Game is produced by Karen Given and Doug Trabou. Our technical director is James Trout. We had help this week from Martin Kessler and from Howler Radio's Matthew Nelson and Susan Murphy of KPBS in San Diego. Our intern is Mark Finn, and our senior producer is Gary Wallach. Our final word this week is from gourmet hoopster Amari Stoudemire.
The only way for you to become a great basketball player is to fuel yourself with the recipes in the Cooking with Amari 100 recipes for rookies and pros.
As you listen to this, the entire NBA draft class of 2014 is trying on aprons, whipping up some pan-roasted salmon with fresh tomato salsa, candied teardrop tomatoes, and shaved onions, and rum pecan chocolate brownies. I'm Bill Littlefield. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next week.
We're funded by you, our listeners, and by the Lemelson Foundation, supporting inventors and invention to improve lives in the U.S. and developing countries. On the web at lemelson.org. The Pew Charitable Trust, driven by the power of knowledge to solve today's most challenging problems, at pewtrust.org. And the Melville Charitable Trust, supporting solutions to prevent and end homelessness. On the web at melvilletrust.org.
This is 90.9 WBUR. It's 60 degrees in Boston. Next at 8 o'clock, it's Weekend Edition Saturday. You'll hear about Palestinian prisoners in Israeli custody on a hunger strike. That and more just ahead on Weekend Edition here on WBUR.
WBUR supporters include Middlesex Savings Bank, providing businesses with the banking products and services that suit their needs. Supported with personal banking relationships. MiddlesexBank.com/business. And Massachusetts Cultural Council, building creative communities and